and I'm going to try and see whether he's got a few words to actually say to the people in Birmingham. Good evening, Councillor Hans. I've just come from further up Lozells Road, and I can see the devastating area that the street is on. Quite a good presence of police in the area at the present moment, but it seems rather calm. Is there anything that you possibly would like to say to the community at the present moment?
Well, what I would want to say that they have proven their point. There was an injustice that took place according to my information yesterday, and there might be a lot of further injustices in the future. But the main fact of the matter is this, that people have lost their lives, and it's a very sorrowful thing to happen. But this community was suffering for a long time, and I would rather that we didn't have people to lose their lives or places to burn down for something to be done. But even my wife is a councillor in the city council, is depressed about the way black people are treated, the housing, the unemployment. Nobody wants to help. Whether it was businesses or a community venture, nobody wants to help. In fact, I've been down to the county council to ensure that all the businesses on this road is given financial support, recovery, which is agreed both the chief executive and the chairman of finance. What worries me is the course of action taken by the police yesterday, where I had a seminar all day. Don't forget that we had a carnival the day before. And that on my way up there, I met a man called Mr. Taj, a visitor. And he said, well, I go with him to the police station. I come, it was brought to my notice that because of some parking ticket, trouble broke out, and the way how the police enforced the arrest was very bad.
Yes.
I been with Taj to the police station at 8 minutes past 7. The police asked me to speak to him. I said I come here as a lay visitor to see the prisoners, not to speak. But he made a request that there was something special. And what was special was that somebody phoned up. It was the lady from the Acapulco where black people go and stay all the time. Informed the police that they're going to burn. They asked me what to do. And in all my years, the chief constable, the previous chief constable, and everybody have always quietly listened to me. I am not an informer. I'm straightforward in just giving advice to them to help my community and to cool situations down. I tell them, release. I told them to release the 2 young men they had. I told them, give them bail quick. And the community will be satisfied that they're not hurt. Unfortunately, after 2 hours, or nearly 2 hours, I had a chance of seeing those young men. None of them had a phone call, and neither was they allowed to see their solicitor. One of them, Nigel Heath, from 144 Regent Road, was very quiet and relaxed. But I said it's the sort of person like that who is very peaceful and quiet, that trouble will be brought about as a result. Now, in any case, while we were there, the police called police from all over the West Midlands, and even called police from Staffordshire and the neighbouring areas to come into Handsworth. There was 2.5 hours up the corner of Lozells Road before they come down here to do anything. I think this is an exercise. This is something reminiscent to London and the way that London operates. Don't forget, we just have a new chief constable, and the new chief constable, when I tell him the truth, at 2:30 this morning, just over there by Carpenter's Road corner, he said to me, James, you're my friend. I said, yes. He said, well, if you say what you're saying now, you're not my friend, and you'll be a sorrowful and sad man.
So in other words, they didn't actually want to hear the facts. They actually wanted you to cooperate.
He tell me if I speak to the press, I'll be a sorrowful and sad man. I tell him somebody's going to sorry. Sam was over on the other side. Mr. Taj was with me for 10 hours. Mr. Taj from 100 Hampstead Road, you could confirm that with him. I don't got luck. I always want to rise to the occasion to stand up for the last 4.5 years as a councillor, especially on the police authority. I have a right to speak quietly to the police authority, but not to come up publicly. It is me who take up the case of Hazel, where the shooting in the bedhead, and the replacement of it. Is me who stand up and talk about a lot of issues privately to make demands for the youth and for the people of this area. It is me who make sure that the chief constable and the police committee in race relation provide grants that I was attacked for. I take all the stick. it is me who the city council have castigated as a result of the 23 million in Section 11 grants for the Muhammad Ali Center. These are the things that I done in private and suffer for, and sometimes I suffer alone. And I feel that by going to the police stations and having the chances like a golden opportunity to see how ruthless and destructive the system is. I don't think they care about the shops down here and the black people. What I know that yesterday morning after the carnival, that there's a paper called the Daily News want to publish the front page about the West Indian hate for the Asians because they have their businesses. That wasn't true. They were turning up all the way.
That seems to be what is coming across in the media. Naturally, the media is totally run by the whites, and that is what they're actually portraying. And it's very interesting that we get a balance, a redress, and a balance of the facts. From what I understand by speaking to a few of the residents who live in the area, and people who actually were here yesterday and saw what happens, the riot is not a racial one from what we understand, and we also understand that whites were also looting, Asians were also looting Asian shops, and black were also looting. So what is actually coming across in the media as obviously Asians, black against Asians, is totally wrong, and we would like to actually get that across. Thanks very much, Councillor Hunt. Nice speaking to you.
May I say this one point?
Yeah.
I was constantly called about 9 times to meet the Home Secretary at Thornhill Road. If it was the youths or black people meeting the Home Secretary with me, I would have gone. I'll never be a traitor to my brothers and sisters. I want this community, whether black, white, Asians, to live together in peace. And I feel we could well do without a number of people who are wrong now and who's coming in. You get all the officials coming from elsewhere and the one do one damn thing about Handsworth. They will rate us and rate us. My wife feel the press as a councillor to get the real desperate needed things done for our community.
Well, what we have naturally happens, normally when there is a situation like this, they normally goes into some form of inquiries. The last time there was a riot, there was an inquiry, and Scarman did specify what need to be done. As a councillor, can you say whether anything much were done? A lot of words were said, but was there any action after Scarman reports?
Well, the thing is this, Scarman did a lot. In the initial stage, people took what he had to say seriously, and even up to now they still quote him. But you see, what he had to say have outlived its purpose, and at the end of the day there was very little that came out from it. We would want to see something positive coming from this one. We don't know what they're going to call this inquiry, but I was assured by the chief executive there will be one. And I will say to them what I'm saying to you now, and I will never shirk my responsibility to speak what I know is truth to a depressed and lost people. They're even worse off than the children of Israel who have suffered in Egypt for a long time.
And there's a very suffering here because as one that lives in Handsworth and work in Handsworth, I know the situation. I know the people are very depressed. And with the presence of the police and the pressure that the local community actually going under, it's not helping the situation in any form or way. And I think the system needs changing one form or the other. Whether through election, your ballot box or something, but something needs to be done to actually change this.
Definitely. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Nice speaking to you.
Thanks, brother.
The burning started from Carpenter Road, come across Archibald Road, along Lozells Road, and we're taking a walk further down and Lozells Road to tell you how devastating the place looks. It looks like something I've seen on television where in Ireland, Belfast, and right now Handsworth look something to that effect. We understand that the Home Secretary passed by earlier on and was escorted by a lot of police, and they were stoned, and they had to move him out of the area very quickly. Here, what's the name of this road here?
Lozells Street.
Lozells Street. And I'm speaking to a gentleman from the Asian community who's going to give us some insight. Your name is?
Raja Suleiman. I'm Vice Chairman of Labour Party in Sparkle. Sparkle. As a matter of fact, to my knowledge, there is no any differences between Asian and the West Caribbean peoples. And I can't comment what happened actually, but I think that it is due to the unemployment. People are not working, and they feel a bit uncomfortable, and that's why
Yeah. We understand the situation was also aggravated somehow by someone got arrested for driving a car without a tax, and the way the arrest was actually carried out and was portrayed by the police, that's what actually started the riot actually get going. Have you got any facts to that?
As a matter of fact, I don't know because I don't live in this area. But maybe local person would tell you more better about it.
Okay, thanks very much. Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
in front of the Lozells Road post office, and it's completely burned out. The two buildings beside the post office is just in ruins. Water is running down from all. You're still getting some smothering from the fire brigade has dampened the fire down, but there's still smoke, and it looks terrible. I'm standing in front of Juliet Hairdressing Salon and Annville Lozells Road, and it's a completely burned out wreck. And also the laundry below is also burnt out. And there is a black community centre right at the corner of Hartington Road, and that also has got the glass on the front door broken.
Music Master on the streets of Troubletown, Handsworth on the 10th of September.